gonna make it. One of them niggas not gonna make it though.
Well, they the fight for the last seed.
Yeah, but Mill beat him.
Who you
Think,
got this week?
oh, I got the Bucks. Going 12 like he done packed it in anyway, but he said he playing, so. Almost wish I had lost the fuck up this year. I was gonna wait. Wouldn't have had to worry about trying to get no high pick. Motherfucker.
I wear a mean dark pair of shades. You can't see my eyes unless my head is bent. You dig?
Oh,
2-Step Texans.
$8 grand, mommy on stage, doing the ring dance. She let it hit the floor, made it pop. Got my pedal to the floor, screaming, fuck the cops.
Week 18, Season 2 of actual playing, Season 3, RDL7, Quarter Quell, the Hunger Game. Back in the building again, man. Here's the franchise Glue Boo Late Night. You know how we do it, man. We are at the end of the season again where it goes two ways for you. You either are a guy looking last chance to ball, or you're a guy looking to figure out what you're going to do in the off season while everybody else go off. There's only 14 that's going to go. Everybody else, that's the whole other part of the league, going to go chill out, figure some things out. And ain't nothing wrong with that, man. What I will say is this, though, man. We kind of touched on this subject not too long ago in the previous show, but, man, episode 10, you guys that are light years ahead, you know, a lot of our teams look good right now. When you're looking at your overalls and stuff like that. Now, it's just for the season. A lot of these guys will go back down. Like, some of these guys that got, high offense, defense overall, they are playing really good football right now. And at the end of the year, when they're done playing football, they'll should have dropped back down about 5 points. It happens every season. That's why I asked y'all to take screenshots of y'all overalls. We want to keep track of the league's progression on how the teams are developing. Look, man, it go two ways at this point right now. RDL, you're quarter quelled. What happens is you either you get your ass whipped, or some guys are doing the ass whipping. But it's a lot of ass whippings going on in these things, man. Like big time. So I would suggest you guys start to dig in a little deeper with your teams and figure out what you got over there, because the builders are building. The hop on their players look like exactly that, hop on their play. And then there's the guys just chase statty games all day long, and those guys building. And they're doing it in a different way, but they're still building. I mean, the stat line is ridiculous. To have over 12 quarterbacks, damn near over 5,000 yards, it explains a lot right now. I mean, we got four 2,000-yard running backs. We got multiple 2,000-yard receivers. I mean, the stats are crazy in the league right now, man. So either guys just ain't playing defense, or some things are revealing themselves, man. I'll do a whole show, and it'd be a welcome to my world, the Ant Hits show, and I'm gonna do that show myself, where I talk about why things are the way they are right now in RDL, and we start talking about some things and really start putting some things in perspective because guys are getting their ass whipped right now. Figure it out, man, because there's a whole slew of guys that DM me every day for a spot in the league. Like they watching the games and everything. Um, Two things I want to talk about before we get into the talk abouts. If you play on a computer, please broadcast that game, man. I seem like Mac's the only one that play a computer game and put the broadcast out. I'm gonna have Mike check on these things, man, and we're gonna start getting y'all niggas, man. Y'all hard headed, man. And the broadcast games need to be going into that broadcast part of the RDL chat. And we can go back and check on away games. If we don't have the away games, then we're gonna start coming through penalizing guys, man. Like knock it off. Get these games broadcast. There's one person, the other person y'all probably don't care about, but he broadcasts every time. And that's me and Hitta. We're the only ones. All right, and it's for a reason. Now, with that being said, what else? Rules, man. Rules. Guys, you got guys that really don't care and just do whatever they want. And the crackdown is coming back. We kind of been lenient, and when we was cracking down with the motherfucker slave whip, guys was whipping into shape. But it's starting to, we're starting to see a lot of complaints starting to pop up again. So you guys got to get back into trying to play football within the rules of what we do in our league, man. Whatever y'all do in your other leagues, have fun, have at it. And over here, I'm not going through all that. Y'all got guidelines and things that you can and can't do. The other thing is, man, I think we need to do it before we go any further, man. We're gonna have to do an internet check. And I'm dead ass serious about this. We're gonna do an internet check, and how we're gonna do this internet check, you guys are gonna have to show us again that you're hardwired. And what's gonna happen is we don't want no fake ass pictures from some of you guys. What we want is you to absolutely show us you're hardwired by pushing record on your phone and showing the connection and then getting off of it that way. We're not going through pictures again, guys sending fake pictures out there and all that, because it's guys getting the ass whooped and it's nothing but bad connection games. And as some of y'all getting a rep now with bad connection games right now, man. Don't let us start taking some wins away from y'all in this sense. We start discrediting you because we know the internet bad every time we playing you, and niggas is winning games and complaining about your internet more than they losing games complaining about it. When that shit start happening, man, it's you. So we gotta get that shit straightened out, man. I think by the weekend we're gonna go over that before we get into this next season. We're gonna go over internet check again, man. Guys gotta really show us you hardwired because this shit getting ridiculous. At least if you're not hardwired and you lying your ass off like you are, at least give a guy an opportunity to take his hardwire off when they play you, because it's a big difference in speed with you being hardwired and then, man, you playing this on Wi-Fi, right? A lot of the shit y'all doing, I'm telling you, guys catching passes and doing all types of stuff that we're just behind you in speed. So if I'm playing you and you 2 seconds in front of me all the time, you look like you're having a great game, but in all actuality, I'm just 2 seconds behind you. And so everything that's happening is happening faster for you than it is for me, or vice versa. Now, we do know the servers can be shitty at times as well. But if guys knock their games out, you won't be playing real late night games where you dealing with bad internet. Usually I see bad internet late games as well as high traffic times, so come on, let's get it together, man. Outside of that, man, again, week 18, we are through another long, for some of y'all, very long season of regular season football. I mean, it's some guys in this league that's on, quarterbacks, running backs, receivers. There's some guys in this league that are, going crazy, man. We're trying to figure out who we want to carry on, whose brand we're going to carry on as the face of the league. And as you guys are putting up numbers, man, there's a lot of guys that can carry that torch of, who's the face of the league right now, man. We're also playing around with gameplay. In our opinions, I'm gonna come out with who I think are the top players in the league. I had an argument, well, not argument. I had a debate with my brother about torch passing and who's the face, who's the guys now, right? Who's the new guy of the league right now? And it's some of you new school kids, you millenniums kids that's out here going crazy and gaining our respect. Um, where we looking at y'all as the next best things, right? Coming up to have the opportunity to really be that guy, right? And then you got guys holding on to it, old heads, the Falkies of the world, the me of the worlds, the guys that are trying to still hold on to their uh positions in a sense. But every so now and then the conversations come up who the best players in the league, and it varies. It changes as there's so many different criteria we can go look at to be able to say who's who. Um, but I think it's a safe and a cool conversation that we can have. Again, this will be on my Dolo show that'll be coming soon. Um, Now, with that being said, let's dive into some things that I would like to talk about. First, we got to take care of the regular conversations that always happen when we do our real talks, and that's the first thing we do is we take care of hitters top 10. All right, you're going to start at week 18. Obviously, everybody locking in their playoff spots, divisions, and all that. If you got a Y next to your name, you are a division winner, right? If you got a Z next to your name, you are a conference winner. If you got an X next to your name, you are a playoff representative. You know what I'm saying? Representative, whatever you want to call it, however you want to call it. So let's take a look at who our top 10 are. Actually, we'll go through our top 14. All right, at number one right now, the Rams are sitting at 15-2. They just lost in a big game too. Lions Rams. We'll talk about that later. It won't be on this show tonight, but we will talk about the Lions Rams game. They was playing for the see who was going to take over the first seed. They came down to week 18. Both of them had the same record, and that game was going to determine who's going to have the bye throughout the entire playoffs as long as they're playing. And who will be the number one team going into the playoffs this year in the NFC on the NFC side, and that game was played. And obviously, you see a one in the street column, so T lost the game, and Falk will jump up to number two or one depending on what happens with this Chiefs situation as far as the entire league. But when it comes down to the NFC, the Lions are now the new crown conference leaders right now. After playing a big time game.
Chiefs played their game, so our shit is as is.
So the Lions are absolutely going into the off season, into the offs with the first round bye, as just as well as the Chiefs will be going into the first round of the playoffs, sitting home just waiting to see who they're going to have to play. So let's talk about this for a second. So right now the Rams are one. They won their division, and they've been lights out all year. I mean, if you take a look at a stat that's on this screen right now, and you great see that the Rams offense has produced 1,005 points this year. 1,005 points this year. Points scored. They
That's
went
ridiculous.
crazy this year. That is
That's ridiculous, man.
ridiculous. That
Have
is,
you ever seen
Shout out,
anybody
shout
score a
out.
thousand points in a season?
yeah, I saw
Falky,
that.
have you done it?
I did it and Falk did it.
I'm.
I've done it, but it was
I
one of
think
them
you did it
years
back
where I
on
had.
the
What?
Chargers. I feel like I remember you doing
Yeah,
it
I did it, but
once.
I think that year I had mad CPU games, man.
Yeah,
I
that's what
just
I was going to
was
say.
putting
When
it
I
out
did it, it
there,
was all computer games
and
that
this
year. Yep.
motherfucker did that shit, motherfucker. Get all users. Oh my god. Oh my
Nephew did that shit
god.
on users, bro. I don't think he played one
Hey,
computer
did he
game this
have
year.
one computer game?
None. None.
Hey
10 minutes.
man.
All his
10
Nigga
stats are
had a
minutes.
thousand and
authentic. All his
five.
stats are authentic.
Yo
Ain't
man,
no labs, no
listen,
nothing. Just authentic stats.
listen.
Crazy points scored. 1,005. That's unheard of. Again, he keep doing things, that just show us that he's
Listen,
different,
man.
man.
That shit is impressive to go out there and like I'll be playing tight games with the Packers and that nigga just put up 90 on him like that shit was nothing. Like I'm just like, what the fuck? 89.
Hey,
Exactly.
Seahawks, he scored 80 twice.
Man.
This nigga averaging, what is he averaging? This, take my game out with me. Cause that
take
was
it.
just OP by my D line. But what is he averaging
Points per
on
game?
Um,
niggas?
I'm gonna look
Take
at
out the
the.
last game he played. Is he
I'm gonna
averaging
look at
80
team
points?
stats. Nah, he's averaging 59 points a
He's
game.
averaging almost six. Get the fuck. Come on, man. And
It's
it,
like
come on, man.
it's like he
He's only
Alabama or
averaging
Georgia.
59 max because our game we just played lowered that shit.
Yeah, he really averaging 60 points a game.
Man, that shit impressive, man. And he doing it. And his motherfucking quarterback on star.
Hmm.
Y'all
I
motherfuckers should
think
be
that's the
ashamed of
craziest
yourself.
part about it. Yeah, like this
Y'all
quarterbacks
motherfuckers
on
should be
star.
ashamed of yourself. Raw dog. That nigga would be on normal.
They don't give a
No
fuck over there in LA,
protected, no
man.
fearless, no hot route master. Raw dog.
Do you understand the fan base in LA right now and that type of media frenzy that goes on in that? Like, man, you got the highest scoring team in the league in LA, and
What have they dethroned the Chargers as the best team in LA?
I would say the most exciting team.
No, I'm just
I
asking the
mean,
question because
they
the
to me
Chargers kind of
they
they
at
got
the
like a
top of
Super
the
Bowl hangover right
they
now,
at the
man.
top of the hill, but they got to win a Super Bowl to throw that. Like, I don't think they at the hill. They looking. I'm gonna tell you right there, they're the most exciting team in LA right
Especially
now.
since the Chargers beat
Who
them in the
who
Super
who
Bowl last year.
stadium is it? Just put it
The
like that.
Chargers,
Who
the
now?
Chargers beat the Rams
Who
in the Super Bowl last year,
but
so
whose
that
stadium
ain't a
is it
question.
now? Like
I
like
think it's
who's
the
the
Ram
marquee
Stadium.
team? Who's the Giants and who's the Jets?
Who's the
It's
Right
Lakers and the
now. We're not
Clippers?
talking about last year. Right now.
I don't think you can call either one of them. Like if you're looking at it like
No,
Giants
no, I'm
Jets.
just talking about team is one. It's like the Lakers and Clippers. Like they
It's
both
the it's
good,
the
but
it's the Rams Stadium. You gotta think about it. I mean, they're probably selling the most tickets. You know what I'm saying? Like people coming to see. Look, it ain't a boring game. You coming to see excitement.
Is
Where you going?
is it the Rams? The Chargers beat them in the Super Bowl less than a year ago. Can't you
Listen,
can't
I'm
you
saying
can't throw
now.
hold
I'm
on.
ask
saying
You
yourself this
now.
can't throw
question.
last year away. You
Now.
can't throw last year away until this offseason is
I'm
Super
not.
Ask
Bowl.
yourself
Yeah,
this
How
I'm
does
just
it?
question.
saying as of now.
Fuck a Super Bowl. Ask yourself this question. If you had tickets to go see the Rams play or the Chargers play, who you gonna go see play?
The face
Answer
of
the
the league.
question.
I'm dead.
And
Just, I
you
mean,
gonna go
who you
see the
gonna go
big
see?
the greatest show on turf.
Okay. All right. Well, whose stadium it is then? I bet you the Chargers owner talking to the head coach like, man, you better do something over there, selling some tickets. They over there, you know what I mean? I'm tired of being in the same stadium, same fan base, and they selling the fuck out every game, and we're selling, but we gotta sell a fuck. Let's go, get it together. Like that's the conversation that's being had. We in the same damn stadium affording these fans the exact same shit over there, and you're going to go see the Rams because it's the greatest show on turf. Simple as that. Right now, it's the greatest show on turf. Like, so you gonna go see that because people not get like you gotta think about it. You in the Rams game. You don't got no time to sit down. Imagine that fan base how that stadium
Black
rock when they
Panthers.
on offense, bro.
All right, so let me ask this question. All right, they both in a Super Bowl again. And them Rams, we gonna see more Rams jerseys or more Chargers jerseys.
I think you'll see
More
more
Ram.
Rams jerseys.
I think more Rams.
Mm, okay, I ain't
I
mad
think
at
you'll
it.
see more Rams jerseys, and then what happens is it comes down to if that game is played again and the same result happen, Chargers win the game. Then you'll start to see, you know how it is. When teams, you start finding new fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you come from? Y'all wasn't rocking with us when we looked like we was down and
I,
out. Fuck
I,
y'all was
I,
that.
I think I think this Rams team is a little different, man. I think if this Rams team replaced last year, I think it's a different Super Bowl outcome.
I mean, something.
Cause remember, everybody was
Okay.
on normal and Wood last year. I ain't gonna say he barely lost, but it was a good game until like the end, right?
Uh-huh.
Everybody was on like for most of the year, everybody was on like Wood, and then the Super Bowl they went up. He had a whole year to play with Palmer, 2-2. You know what I'm saying? Some of them DBs got traits now. So is the tight end and receivers getting that separation? Like I don't know. I'm just asking the question. Like he is whooping niggas ass and taking names. And I don't know. The Chargers got what, like 3 losses this year. Like how many losses the Chargers got?
Uh,
They 11-5 right now.
So
I ain't
they
gonna
they
lie.
kind
If
of
the
got
Chargers,
they're kind of in like a Super Bowl slump right now. They like I don't know if they rebuild. I don't know what they're doing. I haven't been following them, but it seemed to me that I think if they played again, it might be a different outcome.
Yeah, when you're the hunted now, man. The Chargers are the Super Bowl champions, and until somebody dethrone that, they're exactly that. So I think the hunted, I think he's in that role where he's being hunted more than you know
He get everybody best game. Yeah, I agree
everybody
with that.
coming out. Yeah, everybody coming into that trying. The things he did last year. Like you could just start with the Chiefs Chargers matchup. They went through and won 3 games in one season on the Chargers. I mean, on the Chiefs. Chiefs is on get back mode, so he's the hunted now. You know what I'm saying? So now Chiefs is
Right,
like, fuck
right.
that. I get my get back. How many other teams that took ass whooping from the Chargers is on get back mode? Like, hold up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying? So
agree.
they the hunted now, man. That's a different type of pressure. You guys got to be great, like extra great, more than just great. You got to be
Game in
extra
and
great.
game out, you getting
Yeah.
everybody best. Yeah, you got that
hmm
target. So I agree.
Got the target on your back. So, and all right. So at number 2, we're talking about those Chiefs, man. They literally dominated the AFC. Their only loss was to the New England Patriots this year. They are not only are they the conference leaders right now, they did it by a 2-game margin. Like it wasn't down to the wire at all. They handled business all year long. And won majority, damn near every game but one. So, and in a situation where Patrick Mahomes is stepping back up into that lane of, I ain't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm still here. I don't forget I was 1 year removed from playing in the Super Bowl, although it was a season loss, but we was just in the Super Bowl after winning it the year before that. So we're here. We ain't going nowhere. We right here, and they look like they want to. They're gonna be. I mean, you go to Vegas. The books are saying the Chiefs are a heavy favorite to get to the Super Bowl and win it. Um, but then you got to pay attention to that Lions team at 3, who will be at 1 when we advance the league, or 2. I don't know if they'll jump the Chiefs, but you got to look at them. Who like are they're not under the radar anymore, man? Like this is big time football going on over there right now. And it just come down to the skill set that happens when you watch their offense. I mean, this team scored 936 points. I mean, they're
Who the Chiefs
no, Lions are under. I mean,
or the Lions?
I
did you say
mean,
934?
they 936
Scored that
points
much?
scored.
Oh my god.
I thought
With
maybe
Drake
like eight.
May?
So
Hold on.
So when you
I
talk
thought
about
like eight.
offenses, the
So
problem
I was
is
about to say
the
the
pro-
two
the
top offenses is rookies,
when you talk about
quarterbacks.
offenses, and when you talk about offenses, right? When you talk about offenses, the Lions is another one of those teams, right? But I think they're overshadowed by what's going on that defense right now. Like it's almost like if the Rams is selling tickets at a high rate, what do you think the fucking Lions are? Because they putting up points and playing defense over there. Um, Led by the Double H boys, they over there getting it in and causing havoc right now, man. They got the theme song of the year right now with the meet me,
Meet me,
meet me
meet
at the
me at
fucking
the fucking
quarterback.
And more,
quarterback.
that's that Motown music up there in Detroit, man. Some
And
of
they
that
they
Meet
Motown.
me.
they out there getting it the fuck in, man. And I just think it's not it's look, man, it's making. Listen, all I'm gonna just say is this: I'm getting messages on, yo, can you make better alignment? Super, can you make it a little easier for us to identify offensive linemen? That's the Double H boys
Oh,
doing that. That's all I'm gonna say.
oh my
What?
gosh.
Do your research and find alignment. Like you're not getting superstar 10, 15 superstar linemen coming out because you ain't even gonna get that type of D line coming out like that where these guys coming out on a superstar and all that. You better start building your fucking players, son. No, the O line can't get built, but hey, man, It ain't
Not for
it
nothing, the
ain't
double H
100 X
boys
factor
played during the
quarterbacks running around.
7-7 season, man.
It ain't 100
They
X
played
factor
during the 7
quarterbacks running
season.
around. It ain't gonna be 100 fucking superstar X factor DNs and shit, and everybody got five.
Can
That's not you gotta if your team look like that, it's because you built it like that.
can
You
I
ain't
say
gonna better
something?
draft that. Telling you right now.
Can I say
I
something?
damn sure
With
didn't.
the double H boys, we made a conscious decision while you guys were putting punters at quarterback and benching all your guys to get a top pick. We made a conscious decision to play guys,
Mm-hmm.
and they both went up the X factor during that season. Houston got Defensive Player of the Year, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
And
We
part of the
did that.
reason is
We
part of
had
the reason because people was playing dummies at certain positions that wasn't getting no
we
type of stats. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah we literally had the
wow.
eight. We had two first rounds, and I had a low first round like a 29th and a mid like an 18th. And then what did we do? Them top picks, we went and got solid guys to fill in that defense. We went from having one of the worst defenses to one of the best in 2 years, guys. 2 years. So you can do it, but you got to have a plan. You got to have a system. And I'm not sitting here to toot my own horn, but I don't want to hear that shit about my D line, because that was me taking instead of benching the motherfuckers, instead of not playing them. I said, fuck it. I'm a draft where I'm a draft. We gonna rock out, because I need them guys on traits. And now they coming off the corner. So just keep that in mind, man. You can build your team. You just gotta have a plan. Y'all motherfuckers out here be drafting. I got guys getting quarterbacks and the motherfuckers in the graveyard after 1 year.
Yeah, before 1 year was up. Nigga
I
was
got
drafted
guys.
to graveyards.
I got guys losing every game to draft a player and then talking about they trading them. Make that make sense? You lose a whole year to get a
Oh,
top pick,
go ahead,
and then
man.
the guy you draft you trade after 1 year. Come on, fellas, we gotta do better.
Man, at 4, you got the New Orleans Saints at 14-2. They finished the season on a 6 game winning streak. And they going to be coming into this playoffs hot. Let's talk about the Saints for a second because this is a good topic and it's a good stopping point right now up there in New Orleans. It's one conversation with the Saints and Will Levis and them over there. What can you do to be able to be relevant in the playoffs? You cannot be one and done again at all. Like, so I think pressure is on the Saints, in my opinion. How many of y'all?
They won one
Is he
last year in
going?
the playoffs.
Is he
They
gonna
Nah, they
be
wasn't
the
went
one and
two
home.
done.
seed?
They
They was
went
done.
home. They
One and
went
done. You got to
home
win.
Is
week
the Saints
wild
gonna be
card
the two
weekend.
seed?
They're the
That's what I'm
number.
saying. You got to win one to be one and done. They was just
Yeah, the
The
done.
Saint.
Saints gonna be the two
Yeah, they
seed?
gonna be the 2 seed. Yeah, they beat the Rams. Yep.
So they're gonna match up with the
Oh,
Niners again?
Because
I
they were
think
two
that's it.
last year, and they lost to the 7 seed, not 49ers last year. In the playoffs, wild card weekend. They're gonna be number 2 again this season. I don't know who's gonna be the 7 seed this year over there. There's a few teams
Is it
fighting for
gonna be
their
the
lives.
Niners? He don't want to see them again.
Niners fighting for playoff. Like they just lost to Seattle last week. I think.
Yeah, so the
Yeah,
Seahawks and
I know that NFC tight, man.
the Seahawks and the
Hmm.
49ers are fighting for their playoff lives right now. I think it's the
Cowboys
Seahawks.
still in it too, right?
Look like it. I think if the Seahawks beat the
Cowboys,
Patriots,
I think, out of it, ain't they?
They
they
nine
in
and
for one.
seven.
They in it. Oh shit.
Let's look at the NFC before we continue down the top 14. All right, so your playoff teams are as follow. You got the Rams are in, Lions are in, Saints are in. Let's go back to this. Rams are divisional winners. Lions are divisional winners. Saints are divisional winners. Packers have an X next to their name. They in the playoffs no matter what. Then the next battle is between the Seahawks, Panthers. Now the Philadelphia Eagles, I don't know if they play yet, but they're gonna have to play. If the Cowboys win and the Eagles
Oh
lose,
wow.
Oh, what's the Cowboys record?
Holy
The Eagles
cow.
Cowboys are
record?
9-7. The
Ten
Eagles
and
are at
six,
10 and
nine and
6 right
seven.
now.
Oh,
Who
Hey yo.
they play week 8? Oh my God, what
We
happens
play
week
the
8?
Falcons, bro.
Who play the
Rob
play the
played.
Falcons?
Falcons.
I think Rob played the Falcons. I think when we look, yeah, Rob. The
Oh,
Eagles and Falcons play. Who the Cowboys play? Oh my gosh.
Can Shoguns play spoiler?
if Shogun, So if Rob loses this, he might go from winning the division to not being in the playoffs. That's what
Cowboys
you're
play the
telling me.
Saints.
Uh, they gonna have to pull a miracle out their ass.
If Mike could beat the Saints, is that the win of the year?
Yeah, fuck yeah, that'd be the one of the year. If
I
that,
mean, the Cowboys beat the Eagles once already. That could, well, if this would trump that one, shit. This
listen,
would trump that one easy. Oh my gosh.
listen, it's gonna still come down to the Madden guy. That's just not, look. We're not wishing
Yeah.
for the Eagles to lose, so let's get that out the way. If the Eagles lost to the Falcons and the Cowboys beat the Saints, I think the Eagles
They'll
beat the
beat him.
Saints this year. If I'm not mistaken, I think the
Yeah, he
Eagles
did. I
beat
think
the
he did.
Saints this year.
He did.
So,
But you know
so
how Madden go off your last games for real.
exactly. So it will be
Yeah,
an
shit.
interesting conversation to have in the NFC East between the Eagles and the Cowboys. They
What if the
split this year.
Seahawks lose? What if the
If
Eagles lose, Cowboys win, and then the Seahawks lose, and they're all 10-7,
What about the 49ers?
and the
Niners
Might
are
need,
49ers
nine
win,
and
and they
seven.
10-7?
oh man, it's gonna be a Madden cause for real.
yeah, that would be like this is. I didn't realize it was this thick
And then
over
not
here
for
like that.
nothing,
I told you.
can the Bucks upset the Panthers?
I
10 and
think the
6.
Bucks. I don't even think the Bucks will play the game to upset him. I think he don't even give a fuck at this point. He want the draft pick, but the
Copy.
same thing though. Like same thing with Shoguns. If they know that they can cause some situations over there, then maybe they come out and give
I mean,
guys that
I
100%.
thought Antonio was a competitor, and I thought he would, want to relish at possibly knocking his division rival out of the playoffs,
My
especially after the
nigga, y'all be
statty
trying to.
game talk.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
I thought he had some, again, I thought he had some kahunas
Mm.
and say, you know what, I'm gonna play this game,
Kahuna
but
shit.
maybe something different. I'm not.
Kahuna's dog.
Antonio, if you listening, man, I'm not jumping to conclusions. I just thought, I
Hey, I
played
think
better
you be
than him.
trying.
Sheesh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Sheesh.
just thought
He
he
Yeah,
was
you
putting the
better.
pressure
know.
on Snake. Snake don't like that shit. Hold up.
Nah, I
Sheesh.
mean, I just don't like because y'all be trying to get me to talk shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, I know what he doing. I know what Falk doing.
Wait,
I
wait,
just, hey, look.
wait. What you mean?
But
I
I'm
get you
just
to talk
saying,
shit. Hold up, hold up, hold up,
when the
hold up, hold up.
motherfucker was, I ain't even look. Motherfucker was winning. He was winning and some more. Nigga ain't beat. Let me shut up, dog.
Shut up.
You know,
What he
do what
ain't
you
beat you
do,
yet
bro.
this year? He ain't beat you yet since
Do
y'all
what
been
you,
in the same division.
I ain't even
Oh
say. I
man.
wasn't even saying all that. But I didn't.
So he
I
ain't beat
mean,
you in the Saints yet, cause they be labbing supposedly.
I'm just saying, dog. I'm just look, man. Meet me at the 50,
Hey,
bro.
Antonio, man, get that draft pick, man.
Meet
You
me at the 50,
don't
bro.
even do it.
Yeah, don't
Nah,
even
get that
fuck
draft
around.
pick, dog.
Meet me at the
Get that
50,
draft
bro.
pick, man.
Yeah, I
Get
be
that
trying to
draft
suck
pick, man.
niggas
Don't do
in,
it to
dog.
yourself.
Pause. You
Antonio, get that
gotta.
Antonio.
Hey, look. Meet me at
Get
the
that
50,
draft pick,
bro.
big dog. Get that
Nah,
draft pick,
fuck
big
that.
dog.
Nah, fuck that. Come in, fuck that.
Meet me at the 50.
Come in and play that thing and meet him at the 50, nigga. You already
Man,
come in and play
Nah,
that
tonight,
thing.
Antonio, don't
tonight,
do it,
nigga, right
dog.
now, tonight.
Oh,
Antonio,
oh shit.
Antonio.
I
Sometimes
can
you gotta
roll
learn when to
up.
hold them. You gotta learn when to fold them, dog. Don't do it. Just go in the off
He
season.
said
Get ready for next
Ibuka
year.
certain games had 390 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns. He went to
I didn't mean.
Carolina, had
I want
four
to
yards.
apologize to you, Antonio. I didn't mean to wake the bear. I didn't mean to poke the bear. You know what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying
I
that's
didn't
what
mean to
I
do
heard.
that.
I heard, damn, motherfucker, he
Oh
out there putting up.
God.
Uh,
He got 300 yards in a couple in the game. Then he played the Panthers, and he got 4 yards. What's up with that?
Oh my God. What
Man, I
happened?
can't speak with nobody else
Niggas
shit. I
talking
just know
slick. Like,
that
hold
like
up, 108,
I
109
can't
yards
speak with
passing
nobody
after a
else shit, man. You
670
know,
yard game. What the fuck?
Panthers are
Antonio,
trying to
just
make
get
it to the
Snake the
playoffs and
fourth.
win
Put
some
yourself on
games.
auto, man. Put yourself on auto. Want to congratulate the Panthers for making the playoffs.
What's
The
up?
Bucks, you on the clock. Bucks, you on the clock.
What's up? What's
I
up?
just thought
What's
you had
up?
more integrity than
What's up?
that,
What's up? What's
Antonio. I thought you
up?
had more pride, but obviously, I thought wrong. Sorry, it happens.
In a perfect RDL world, Mike is fighting for the fucking playoffs right now, man. Think about that.
Mm-mm-mm.
My
Quarter
boy
quay.
Mike is fighting for a playoff spot right now, man.
Y'all have been quarter
Who said
quell.
you can't graduate from the AFC easy? Mike has officially graduated from the AFC Easy.
You know what Mike told me?
And
He said, you know what, Ant, I'm tired of guys disrespecting me, jumping in my division because they think they get an easy win and they over an easy division. I'm not an easy win anymore, Ant, because I play the game and I understand what's going on and I'm learning. But I'm tired of guys disrespecting me, calling me a statty game and all this and that. He ain't making it comfortable for guys over there. He over there whooping niggas ass in that division.
so let me ask you a question. Mike has graduated out of
He
if we
is
have
whooping
any
niggas
future
ass in that
leagues.
division.
Listen,
Go
if we
look
have
at his
any
scores.
future,
We got some guys that might need to
Go
go to the AFC
go
yeah,
look
East.
at
yeah,
his
he's
scores.
graduated, but we got to put some guys in. Some guys
Huh?
have been demoted. Who are we putting in? Mike has graduated out of the AFC
Mike
Easy.
passed the
So
torch.
we started the league today. Mike has
Mike
passed the
passed
torch.
the
This is called
torch.
pass the torch. Mike is no longer he will no longer be considered in a division like that. So who has been demoted to AF Easy? I'm asking the
I,
host the question. I'm
I'm
asking
oh,
the
the
asking
host the
you.
host.
question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know
Oh
that
no.
answer. All I know is
What do you
fuck
mean?
it. I
There's
don't
some
got.
guys
Hold
that
on.
currently have been that were dogs
Go
or
look at the
considered
record and go look
dogs
at scores.
that
I'm
have
saying
been.
like I almost feel
All
like
right,
you
let's
want me.
start.
I feel
Let's
like you
start by
kind of
looking at
directed me
records.
to who you want me to say.
Let's
I'm
look
I'm
at
not
saying
records and look
directing
at
it. I'm
scores.
Oh,
because
asking
if
you
I'm
the.
said
All right.
some
if
guys are
I'm
so-called
submitting the name,
dogs.
All right,
I'm
hold on.
if
All
asking
right,
oh
this
if
is how
the.
we
it's
do it.
if
Listen,
if we going off of
who,
so-called dogs, I don't know who was a
what team got
dog.
the
Who was a
most points
so-called
scored
dog?
against them? What team got the most points scored against them this year?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me look. I'm gonna
All right,
look.
so hold on. You know what? I'm gonna ask the co-host because since the host don't want to answer the question, Max. Since Mike has graduated out, he's graduated out. He's off the island. He's out. Who would you put in? It's four guys. So who's your
Oh
four
shit.
guys that be in the AFC Easy?
If Mike's out, I would put. I think I'm going. I gotta go. I gotta go. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta go Los.
Okay,
I gotta go
who's
Los.
all right?
Cause
Los is
Harold's
one. Who's the
already.
other? Who's the other?
Harold is already in the AFC East.
So look,
All right,
So I
Oh
mean, he
yeah,
could just
that's
stay. He could just
that's
stay where
two.
he
not to
at. He
mention
could just stay where he
Hey,
at.
Falk scored 104 points on him.
Yeah, look,
I don't know. Leave my boy
we
Harold
could,
alone, man.
Leave my boy
He
we
Harold
could
trying
just
shit.
alone, man.
Golly.
we could
Go
just
Nigga
ahead,
trying
Harold.
we
shit.
could, but
You ain't
hey,
leave him
Harold a
alone when you
thug. At
lined
least he
up.
ain't quit. At least he ain't
Nah,
quit.
Yo,
That's
Harold.
all
real
I'm
Hey, look.
talk,
saying. Fuck.
Hey,
real
At
G
Harold
least he
don't
shit.
ain't
quit and he
quit.
I
play
got the
that game.
receipts.
He
No,
don't
real G shit.
complain, bitch.
Listen,
He wants you to play
and
his
to
best
tell
because he
you,
be trying to
listen,
learn stuff.
That nigga said
That's
listen,
don't.
why I can
real
See,
G
respect that
shit.
way more
That
than
nigga
niggas
He
that
said
just
sent me a
and
quit.
I respect
text.
that. I
He
respect
sent me
that.
a text said, "Don't take it easy on me. I want to see something."
mm-hmm.
That's what I'm
That's it.
saying.
The game
And right
dropped. It
there,
was it was like 28 nothing, almost halftime. I was just playing, and it dropped. And he was like, "I like yo, let's run it back." And he was like,
see
"Yo, nah,
that
fuck,
energy
like play
right
for
there will
real."
keep him. He be out the AFC easy in
Uh,
like two Maddens. Like, and
uh.
I mean like Madden. It could be the
Bro,
same Madden, but two
and he
two
doing.
Nah,
like
And he
Game of
look,
Thrones,
man.
Game
Marvin
of
Yeah,
Thrones to
Harrison ain't in the
yeah.
RDL.
Hey, look.
graveyard. All I'm gonna say, Marvin
Harold
Harrison
bring
ain't in the
Harrison
built the
shit.
graveyard.
He had
players.
like 200 yards against him.
Marvin
That's
Harold
what I'm
Harrison
bring
ain't
saying.
the
in the
Like
players.
graveyard. That's all I'm gonna say.
Harold to be out in a Game of Thrones and RDL. I
So we
think.
got Los, we got Hero.
Yo,
All right,
I don't
come
think
on.
I'm gonna be honest
That's
with
one.
you. I think with Los not trying to win, it was weird, right? But he in a
I think Los
division
trying
where
to win.
he
He's
ain't trying to win.
masking.
I know for a
No,
fact
he
he ain't trying to
masking
win.
like he ain't trying to win. He trying to win.
Nah, Los ain't trying to win. Fault. I'm
Mind that
telling you, bro.
division.
Okay.
He ain't trying to win. Cause he was mad the other day about how he wanted to know how Shoguns was able to take the force loss in their situation.
When
So he's
he
trying to
when
lose.
okay.
So, but my question to that is, the more you trying to lose, the less you building over there, and you got three guys in that division that has no problem trying to put 100
So
up on motherfuckers.
so we getting off topic though. It's Harold Burgers, Los. Who's the other
Damn,
two?
man, niggas put Harold Burgers in that though.
I was saying
Max, let
Harold.
you finish, Max.
Harold,
Harold. I put
uh,
Harold,
Three. All right, one more.
Los.
Harold, Los,
One more.
okay.
Uh, and I think I think Mark about to graduate out of there like
Mark
Mike,
already
but we
out of it.
still
Mark was
got.
in the
Mark already
playoffs,
out. Mark
and he out
graduated
here
out.
beating niggas. Mark ain't in
Mark
there.
graduated.
I guess okay. So what's that? Three. Um, Hero, Harold, Lowe's.
Go
You
look.
said
Go look.
Hero,
Hey,
Hal,
look.
and
Go look
Los.
and go look
And
and see who got the most points scored against them, and maybe that might help. That'll see the bottom.
Man,
Look
just
in
say
the
who the fuck
head.
got the
We
most
got
points
one
scored
more.
against
Wait,
him. You
nah,
keep
guys.
bringing
that's
that up.
Lowe's.
Who the
Let
fuck
me
got the
return
most
now,
points
Snake.
scored on him?
Los got the most points scored against them, but like that's why I already said Los.
Los then
Snake, you
here.
got Snake. You coming up, Snake?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm in the AFC Easy. Yeah, put me in the AFC
Nah,
Easy.
you coming
No.
up, Snake, and tell me who you're for, bro.
I
Oh,
mean,
I thought y'all
like,
was saying put me in there. I thought you was
No,
talking
no,
about
who
put
you
me in
for?
there.
You coming up? So go ahead,
I don't know
Oh
for real.
Snake.
no,
Like,
man.
that's my. I don't really got a
All right,
four
go ahead,
for real
Snake. We gonna
because
come back.
I don't
The
know
Raiders
though.
is new, the Browns is new, so it's like I ain't
Snake,
gonna
go
throw
ahead,
them in there
Snake.
off the
Who you
rip.
for?
It ain't. Hey, look, all them people's new, bro. Who else you putting in there?
Snake, you gotta name your four, please. You're getting away from the question.
Who else you putting in there? Hey, you said
I only
Los,
got three. I only got three names.
Colts, Bills.
We putting Harold Burgers in there though.
Yeah, Hillburgers
Oh
in there.
shit!
Burgers the fuck in there. Oh
Man, if
my
you get
god.
50 burger more than a handful of
Snake,
times, you
Snake,
gotta be in there,
Snake.
bro.
Who's your four, Snake? So come on.
Nah,
I don't
fuck
know,
that.
dog.
Fuck who you fucking for.
Y'all
Yeah,
ain't gonna like my
you
four. My
Yes, the
four.
fuck I
Y'all
am.
gonna think y'all gonna think I'm disrespectful.
80
Yeah, I want to know who your
10 minutes,
for is.
80 burgers,
I want to know who your
80
for is.
burgers, 80 burger, 10
Listen,
minutes. You gonna say it?
put it like this: they in a playoff race right now.
You're
They
right.
won. This the second time they didn't duck smoke and went to an easy division. That's
And
all I'm
then
gonna say.
Ooh.
They should be in the
Oh
four.
shit.
he talking about
Only
Oh,
reason
Rob.
why they're in the
he talking about
playoffs is
Rob.
because
He said
He
Rob.
talking about
I ain't say no
Rob.
names.
NFC least.
Oh
Then
wow.
we got another team
So you
that's
saying
forever top five on the low,
so
but they
Mike
get a
beat him?
pass. You feel me? I ain't gonna say no names.
Forever top
They just
five. That get a
they
pass.
forever top five with some dogs. They came into the joint with some dogs, and they forever top five. They might want to be on. They might be getting. They might be graduating into it. I got love for them, but they might be graduating
I
into it.
don't know who you talking about,
I
man.
don't
I
know
know
this
who.
one. I don't know this
I
one.
know you talking about my nigga
Listen,
Boom.
listen,
Oh shit!
listen,
You talking about my nigga
Yo.
listen. No, no, no.
Boom or
Hey,
Mill?
look.
Listen,
Boone or Mill?
listen. No,
Who you
listen,
talking
man.
about?
I got love for this person, man, but I'm only going off the facts, man. And the facts, you know what I mean? They
What's
started
the
off with
fact saying right
dogs,
now?
and they
Uh
forever
huh.
top five drafted, man. No trade. They don't trade up.
Oh, that my nigga hit it.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Oh
Listen,
shit! I just
now
thought
listen,
about it.
That
Oh
my
shit!
nigga hit
I
it,
shit.
bro.
listen. Hit it with that.
Oh man.
You know how they do in the tournament? Last four out, first four in. Hit it on that list right now. You better get it together. You better tighten the fuck up.
Oh my
You
god.
better tighten the fuck up.
Damn, that my nigga hit
Damn!
it.
Damn!
um,
Oh my god.
Oh
I got
god.
love for him, and I know he better than this, but I hope this motivated him. My nigga McCoy, he on watch too.
McCoy no though. McCoy is G dog. He don't give a fuck. He
Yeah,
understand
he
it.
on watch too. Drew on watch. That's my dog
Mm-mm-mm.
too. Drew on watch. He about like,
Look,
you know what I'm saying?
I
my
think
fourth
everybody
nigga.
at the top
Look,
on the
my
And
fourth
bottom
then,
ten
guy.
then
on the
Listen,
bottom.
Antonio on watch.
look,
I
my
think the
fourth,
bottom four,
my
bottom
fourth
ten.
person.
Antonio on watch,
Listen,
man. Antonio, you on watch, my nigga.
look,
I watch you.
my fourth. I'm gonna be honest with you. My fourth is Junior. I mean Junkyard.
With the Giants, right? That's what I wanted to
Yeah,
say. That's what I
Junkyard
wanted to
right
say.
now. I think Junkyard better than what we seeing right now, but I think if we being realistic, Junkyard, bro,
You gotta see it.
he been getting his
But
ass
let's
whipped.
really answer the question though. If certain teams wasn't in certain divisions, would they be even have a winning record?
What do you mean, like certain users in certain divisions?
Yeah, like
All right, so what user in the NFC East, if they wasn't in that division, would they be? It was only two people winning right now, Cowboys and the Eagles. So if Rob was
If
in,
Mike or Rob was in the NFC West, what would their record be? Just asking the question.
Who are they replacing?
who they
Bottom
replacing?
of
You
the
taking the
division.
cards out. Take the cards
Bottom of
out.
the division.
Take the cards
If
out.
it's
If Rob
if
was in
it's
the NFC West, do he make the playoffs? I'm just asking
if
the
it's
question.
Rob,
No.
I think he won't make it because it'll be three teams. But Rob will have a 9-7 record, something like
My
All right,
that.
thing
Because
is,
he
my
could
thing
split
is,
with
Take
Ray
Mike.
my
Ray,
thing
and he
is,
could split with the Seahawks.
I don't,
Man, last couple of times I think
He
I
Nah,
think
he
Ray
Ray
he
Ray
Ray
get
get
I
him.
think
nah,
Ray Ray
fuck all
beat
that. I'm
Rob.
gonna
No,
be
Ray
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 real.
get
Beat
him.
Rob.
He'll beat the Seahawks, but I don't think it'll be no split every time, though. I think the
He
way
don't
Mill
beat Ray
play
Ray,
I
is
just say
Bill.
he has the
Rob don't
chance
beat
to.
Ray Ray.
him and
He'll
Ray
split
was
with Ray
split,
Ray
but Ray been kind of beating him a lot more a little bit too this.
as of
So
late. As of late, yeah.
Ray Ray's
mm,
number two in the family.
Ray
He
coming
has
up,
taken that.
bro.
Ray Ray number two in
Yeah,
the family.
Ray coming up.
give
That
him that.
motherfucker
Ray Ray
shitting.
number two in the family.
Ray different.
In the rankings, Ray Ray's number two in their family. It
I
used to be
Dang.
think,
Rob.
but with that being
Yeah.
said, though, I think if we threw Mike over there, he definitely wouldn't make playoffs. I think Rob would still have a chance. It would just,
I
I
think
Yeah.
think
Mike
he has
still go
the
8-9, 9-8.
Not in that
no,
division.
no. Ray Ray
I'm gonna
beats him
tell you
twice a
right
year,
now,
literally off of
just
launch pads
Mike
alone.
Mike Mike would kill himself in that division, bro. With
Because DK
T and
Metcalf is
Mill,
going to
oh
do
my
all
god.
YouTube and then bombs and then
So
bombs.
this is my
I'm telling
question:
you,
are we being too hard on Los then?
no.
Nah,
Because listen
Los
to
Nah,
you, y'all just
because
said
Los not nah because the difference
Los
Mike
is
would
is
hurt.
be sitting
Listen,
over there.
Los is not
Los
Los is
used
not
to
even
Los is
Los
hurting
close
used
to
to beat
him.
himself
Mike though,
though.
Los not
Los
even
is
and
trying.
Max.
Los is hurting himself, bro. Bottom line, Los is hurting himself. He in a division where he might not get a win in that division if he don't start playing the game to win. Look, Los shit got blown. Let's just be facts. Los don't like the fact that he got the Mike was on his ass um for the losing and shit, running out of bounds, safeties and all that shit. So he had some restrictions which wasn't serious because I kind of flipped the restrictions and just made it something light for him where we just kept Khalid Williams off of X Factor for the entire season, and he not allowed to trade this year. So it ain't really that thick of an issue. But Lo's problem is trying to lose. See, this is my theory. I don't know. I haven't really spoke to him on this, but my theory is in Game of Thrones, the more he had them top five picks, the more his team became one of the best teams on the game. And I think he's
Right.
taking that path. It's a long RDL. We're not done this bitch
But
until
also, and
September.
you was giving out gifts and shit
Yeah, that's the
too.
difference
Los is
though.
always on
That's
the
the
real talk.
that's the
He's
difference.
always
The gifts ain't there now, and me coming through giving you extra shit to keep your team managed and all that. That's not there right now. So this is why I said he hurting himself. You can lose and still try to build your team through having top tier picks, but like you gotta build your team. You gotta, and those losses, if you're gonna lose, you might as well go all out and try to build your fucking team in the same sense. Like you should
I think
be.
that's where guys fucking forgot like with Los with doing that when the way he built the Vikings team in Game of Thrones. Yes, we had the gifts, but just think about like what the actual like GM logic he was doing. He was trading picks then because
hmm
he was
right.
winning in Game of Thrones and he was moving back, collecting two or three players, and like it still can be the
He
same
it's
logic
early though
because it's
now. He ain't doing that. He want the players right now. So like what he doing is it matters if if he tells somebody I can't play all day long. So you take the first win or equal sim, and the person you playing wants to draft pick himself, and he go, nah, I'm gonna take the first loss here. That
Then
mattered
he
to
go.
Los. Los that
then he
bothered
go
him.
sub in then he go sub in his punters and stuff for quarterbacks on the sim.
Right. So
49ers.
he wants to lose. That's flat out. I'm trying to lose. So
Right.
again, the difference in trying to lose to get these picks right now, to get these picks. All right, let's just say this. He fucked up the first year. He had the fourth overall pick from trying to lose. But picking Khalid Williams might have been the worst thing he could have did. If he was smart, he would have moved out of that top pick and gained more capital and really built his team because the quarterback ain't gonna change his fate at all. Like it ain't the quarterback, it's you, right? So because of that, if Los was smart, well, he would not saying if he's dumb or something. I apologize if that's what it sounds like. But if I was Los, what I would have did
He was
was
really trying to maximize that pick.
I would have turned that fourth overall pick into multiple picks or multiple players and picks. I would have moved back.
Players that could
See,
have
the
helped his
smartest thing
team.
that happened in last year's draft was Mike moving from
Mike,
5 to 29. Smartest thing that happened in the draft. Mike did go. Mike had one of the best drafts
and
of
you
that
can
draft
tell if Mike didn't move back in that draft, he's not fighting for a playoff spot right
right
now.
now.
He don't bring
And
in a
still
veteran.
has a
He don't
second
bring in Zach
round this
Wilson.
year, an extra second this year from it all.
Man,
Mike moved from 5 to 29, got an X Factor quarterback, a future second, and motherfucking at 29, and then come right back in the second round and pick at 5. Got the second best offensive lineman in the draft. Got one of the most physical running backs in the draft. Got an X Factor quarterback that's young that he get to keep the entire dish that he don't have to
that
worry
was
about
already
building that
built.
all
That
and
was
still
already
got
built.
draft capital. Like he won. That's something Lowe should have did. Lowe should have got out fucking Khalid Williams. He should have got out of that fourth pick. He could play with any quarterback at right now while you building your team. You got plenty of drafts. Like you still got the 26th draft where you got Arch Manning coming out. All types of good dog quarterback. Like you could have capitalized on just like I'm saying with McCoy. If McCoy want to turn that team from an 88, 89, 88. He got to take that seventh pick in the first round, seventh pick in the second round, seventh pick in the third round, and go get already made players and move back. He don't got to trade the pick and just get rid of a first. He just got to move back, get some capital and move back. And you can put your team back together that way. These guys ain't doing. I don't know what they're seeing.
Get
And
4 picks, four
I don't know what they're
players. They
seeing.
don't have no
Like
plan. I don't know
one,
their plan.
well, yeah. So the whole thing is this, and then it's not Game of Thrones draft classes anymore, where it's fucking 50 out of 400 players. It's almost 100 superstar X factors in the draft. You're barely getting 30 fucking superstars coming out in my drafts right now. So if you draft a dog star and you don't got the capability of getting that star to an ability, you just drafted a dog star. So right now, he those type of like if Los want to change anything in that division because you got to play T twice a year, Mill twice a year, and the 49ers and Ray twice a year. Where's the win coming from if you can't match their talent?
Right.
Where's the win coming from? Like you not gonna have fun this RDL if you don't do something blockbusterish. Like you gotta get your blockbuster on. But what do I know though, right? It's just only me. All I know is we saw the guy do it. We saw the guy move from 5 to 29 and had one of the best drafts. And got everybody look, the
And not
same
for
nigga he got
nothing,
at 5,
he having one of the best seasons he's had right now.
the same guy he wanted at 5, he got him at 29.
Right?
And he moved from 5 to 29. Think about that. And
He
got
signed
himself an X Factor
Bledsoe.
quarterback, got himself another draft capital. And he got a corner too out of that deal.
Yep. He got a corner, a motherfucking X Factor quarterback, swap picks. So he got a first, and he got another second.
Mm-hmm.
This year's second.
Mm-hmm. Guys got to figure it out because the ass whoopings is happening because the guys you got two ways of building what's happening right now. You got guys building off of statty games, and you got guys that's building traditionally because they good builders. And it's a difference between building off a statty game and building because you know how to build. Because the statty games, you're going to see a discrepancy between your teams. Statty games is going to be the same niggas building, and then once they built, you just keep stacking up with them same niggas, and that's that. And the builders is building depth, and their rosters is becoming to the point where you meet me,
Meet me.
meet me at the
Meet
fucking
me at the fucking
quarterback.
quarterback.
Hot dot, hot dot, hot dot.
Or yep, and that's what's
Hot
happening, right?
dot.
And then you got the guys, that keep grabbing niggas, old heads, they dropping into free agency. And niggas grabbing them, putting them all over their roster and shit, and keeping them relevant. and they're giving themselves extra time to let rookies develop that they really don't care about at this point right now because they replacing them with guys that are getting let get off. Like think about this. Kelsey, Travis Kelsey lost his abilities fast. Travis Kelsey ain't in free agency yet. But yet, guys got guys that help their overall roster and help their team win right now, sitting in free agency because they're 30 years old or 29, getting close to 30, and they just letting them go. And you got guys that are getting those guys and putting them all on it. Look at the Seahawks, look at the Chargers, and I'm
Yeah.
quite sure we continue to go through the league. You could find other guys, even Falk, bro. After the draft, Falk had every 20-year-old that was left and all veterans. I'm like, how you get him? Where I played Falk week 2 and was like, God damn, you got him too? Shit. And it was a bunch of stars and normal, high aware and play rec niggas just sitting there helping that team develop and grow into what they are right now. So again, you got two builders, statty up guys that dick ride the same players over and over again. They build those guys fast. You can see it because they 99'd out right now. And they 99'd out, and that's that. And then you got guys that know that's building their entire roster with a game plan on why they building their roster. And then you got guys that know how to go get out of free agency and pluck guys to put on their roster to keep their team morale high or team overall high because of awareness and play right. And then you got guys that's just getting the shit beat out of them. Because they don't know how to do either or they don't give themselves enough time to get on the game and get it. Like, I mean, it's hard to just get on and play. It's hard. And that's what McCoy's problem is right now. He's just getting on the plan. But if you guys know McCoy, like I know him in the history of McCoy, he understands how to build. He know what the fuck to do. Obviously, he just ain't having the time to do it yet. But he did the last show we had. He came on and apologized. My fault, fellas. Things is going on. I will not. You will not. It will not look. I would. What do you say for Snake?
He
I will
said he
not.
ain't
This
been locked in lately, but
and
he
this will
back
not.
on.
This will not continue to happen or look like
Yep.
that. Like he was
It's
that
not gonna continue.
locked
He
in.
already know.
Ain't no complaining, no nothing. I hear. I see what it is. All right, cool. I got it. We'll fix it.
That's a owner man up. Like
There ain't a nigga that got to play me right now. And I got 97 across the board. He at 80, and he ain't gonna be like, man, this nigga God be cheating. He ain't that nigga. Where we got those in this league, and that's the problem. Like I keep saying, man, guys got to dig deep into themselves and what they got going on, and man. And you start, it's a lot. It's quiet now, but it's quiet now because it ain't too much going on in the department where guys can really jump over guys with advantages off of gifts and packages, right? So now what's happening is you got to figure it out yourself. Simple as that. The problem is this, I mean, come on. Drew hit me and had a conversation with me about the offensive line. Can I do something better for the offensive line? Because he tired of these fucking DNs turning the corner on him. And I said, yeah, what you can do is do your research. If you research the offensive line, or while guys aren't drafting linemen into the third and fourth round, because if you go by percentage in 2 drafts, any lineman that went in the top 15 is a superstar, guaranteed. They got superstars. No, nobody can. No, not listen. If 10 niggas draft offensive linemen, pick 1 through 15, only one out of is about a 98% chance that only one didn't get a star, didn't get a superstar. I said pick 1 through 15, not pick 15 to 32. So the problem is, like a Drew. Drew been in the top 10 2 years in a row and ain't drafting linemen. Then I drafted an undrafted lineman that was a superstar. Yeah, well that's the good luck. That was a lucky pick. That's those guys that we project out, right? But if you just do your research, you'll know exactly who the fuck to pick. I think Max picked the offensive lineman at 30 something and he hit on a star, but he got one of the better offensive linemen in the draft, but he was only a star, right? That possibly could have been a superstar, but that was then it comes down to my opinion on why he wasn't, right? Because I'm the one making the players. But I mean, the guys that picked offensive linemen in the top 15 this year all hit on superstars. And the rest of the league wait till round 3, 4, 5, 6 to start picking linemen and shit. And by that time, there ain't no superstars left because you're not going to get 13 DNs with superstars and D tackles with X factor superstars, and you're not going to get 30 fucking offensive linemen with superstars on them and shit. Not every first round lineman ain't a superstar. Right, like Drew, like, oh, I had a guy that was projected to come out in the first round, and he was a star. Oh, he was projected to come out in the first round. That don't make him a superstar. Just because just because he was projected to come out in the first round. Now, you got to go do your homework. It's real draft. You should know the fuck the players. They're real players. Go figure it out. Max, how many times you make a draft pick off of what you went and research, and you're taking, obviously it's a 50-50 guess if he's going to be ability or traded or not. But you could go look at the player and figure it out. If this guy is good enough to be that, then you take your chance. He's good
Say
enough to be a
about
superstar.
95% of the time, I know exactly who I'm drafting. Like, and a general report of if they're going to be a superstar or not. But that's when, again, doing your research and yada, yada, yada. So, people like that.
But you can't be at pick 9 and 5 2 years in a row and don't build your offensive line. Everything else is intriguing, and most guys is going to build skill players. I mean, go draft skill players before they draft what they need. Look, the first draft class, the Steelers drafted offensive line in first round and second round, one on both of them motherfuckers.
Hmm.
31 people picked, and he picked offensive line both times, and 31, less
Not
than
for
three.
nothing.
It was probably only
Three
three more
teams,
niggas that drafted a lineman in the first round.
3 teams that I think.
Dolphins,
Man, when
me.
did he draft? Dolphins and the Bucks.
Dolphins drafted the other O State, Paris Johnson.
Yeah,
I
but the
drafted.
Dolphins ain't draft. Did the Dolphins draft
He
him in the
ain't
first
draft him
round?
in the first round.
He didn't
Yeah,
draft him in the first round. He got Bryce
Paris
Young, then came
Johnson.
back and got the running back. Then he got him in
No,
the second round.
He got Gibbs in the second round. He
No,
got
he
the
didn't,
lineman
because
before.
Falk was
I'm
going to get
telling you,
Gibbs with the second pick, and he picked him right before Falk did.
I got that lineman in the first round. The only reason I didn't draft Paris Johnson is because he drafted him before me. He was like a couple picks before me. I'm about to
It's
go look
probably,
right now.
you might be right. You might be right. You might be
I
right.
think the Bucks drafted the
But
lineman in the
but
first
I know the
round
Bucks
early.
definitely drafted a lineman in the first round.
They drafted Peter Skorowski,
Yeah, he drafted one the arguably the best offensive
the
lineman
best
in the
offensive
draft.
lineman in the draft.
Paris Johnson, first round pick 25.
Right. So then he did get Baby on the second round. You're right. All right,
Yep,
cool.
4 picks in
Oh
front
no
of me.
no no,
So that's what
my
I'm
bad.
saying.
You're right. You're 100% right. That was B.
Steelers.
John
Because he came
Robinson.
back
That
and
was B. John Robinson I was talking about. That was B. John
yeah, he
Robinson.
came
Yeah.
back and got Gibbs with that first second, and that was the early. Like he had like pick 5 or some shit like that, or
Steelers
4.
got
Yeah,
Broderick Jones in the first round,
round.
Yep.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like
and
niggas.
he got
That's
it,
why I
and he
knew
got
that.
Darnell Wright in the second
In the
round.
second
But in
round.
doing that, I did my homework on my lineman, and that's why I knew that the other O State tackle, I was like, man, he could easily be a superstar, maybe. But with that being said, he's at least a star and a really, really good one. So
Mm-hmm.
we go with that.
Second
Still
round,
did our
pick
homework
16.
and stayed to our board. But like that's what I'm saying.
Nah, guys, just like you gotta work, man. It's real draft. You gotta work for it. Like, bro, like I make so many players. A lot of the times, I don't even remember who's who when it come down to star, superstar. I don't be remembering like a nigga got to pick him, and then I'm like, oh shit, yeah, him. But like, it'd be hard with me because I'll be trying to fucking draft, and I already see with me. I just know who I want already. That's why I always jump up and get a high pick. So I know exactly who I want already, and I go that route. Simple as that. Or I trade for what I want. Um, but that shit, it ain't hard, fellas. Like, you just gotta get to it, man. Y'all niggas gotta do a little bit more, man. Like, like real draft. Put some work in, Alonzo. That's why we quarter quelled it. Put some work in. Now put some work in because, like, I not for nothing and not toot my own horn. I save a lot of you guys. We saving guys, bro. Like, I just, I mean, come on, man. Like it's a big difference score in the scoreboards now in these games, man. Guys getting aired. Like aired. And what happened is, you had the guys when we first started it all those guys benching players and all that shit, they had to jump start on guys because they had high picks or they had teams that had, double picks and shit. And I'm one that benefited from that shit too. With double picks, I had great picks and went and got more picks. And boom. right? But then you still got it's still two sides of the season. It's the start off and it's the middle and the end. Three, my bad. But like it's going to be turnarounds. Like a lot of these guys that it's going to be turnarounds. If you don't know how to manage that money or figure things out, good luck with that shit, man. Good luck with it. Good luck with what you got going on. But man, look, man, the 14 teams right now that are let's just start with that. And then we'll go back to the NFC side. So you got one, two, three, four guys are locked in. All right, so it looks like Eagles and the Cowboys are trying to lock in that fourth spot for those that won their division. So it comes down to week 18 with the Eagles and the Cowboys. Not that they're playing each other, but their matchups will matter on which one of these guys win the NFC East. That winner will have a home field game in the playoffs in the wild card round. All right. The only team that didn't win the division but still made the playoffs is the Packers at 12-5. So you got the Seahawks, Panthers, and 49ers and Cowboys and the Eagles all fighting for a playoff spot. And it's going to come down to when this week happens. All right, so as you can hear, the Panthers play the Bucks, the Seahawks play the Patriots, the Eagles play the Falcons, and the Cowboys play the Saints. I don't know who the 49ers play though.
Stay there. Niners play Giants.
All right, all right. So the Niners already got 7 losses. The Cowboys already got 7 losses. They have to win to have a shot to get in. And with that being said, they're praying for the Eagles to lose, Panthers to lose, and the Seahawks to lose. They're praying for those guys to lose because if all three of these teams win, that knocked the Niners and Cowboys out of the playoffs. Simple as that. Now, it's 7 teams that make the playoffs on each side. So right now, Rams, Lions, Saints, all are home field teams in the wild card round. Packers are in no matter what, so they'll either be the fifth or sixth seed. All right, so we're looking for the fourth seed and we're looking for a seventh seed. And that fourth seed is only going to be between the Cowboys and the Eagles. And
Fourth, sixth, and seventh, right?
that sixth and seventh seed will be between the Seahawks, Panthers, and the 49ers at this point right now. So that's what the NFC race look like. In the AFC, you're looking at Chiefs are in. They are home field advantage. They have a bye. Dolphins won their division. Texans won their division. Chargers are in. So they're either going to be the fifth or sixth seed. Bengals have won their division. And now you got the Patriots and the Jets are in. So we got 3 from the AFC East in the playoffs right now. And it's going to be between the Jets, the Patriots, and the Chargers are fighting for who's going to be 7th, 6th, and 5. Right now, the Chargers with 5 losses, they have they're ahead of schedule right now, and they have the Raiders to finish off the regular season. So all reality is that the Chargers should be 12-5 after Week 18's game. That leaves the Patriots that are in already, and the Jets that are in are fighting for whether they're going to be 6th or 7th seed. Both of them got 6 losses. The problem is this: Onk will not play the Dolphins, so the Dolphins is going to get a first win here, and Onk will be in the 7th seed, in which he's going to have to play the Dolphins, and that's where the discrepancy comes in at, because he's not going to play the Dolphins because the Dolphins internet is chippy as shit, and he ain't going to play that shit. So we have a situation there. Now, Hoodie will, in all actuality, he is going to be the 6th seed no matter what, right? Because Onk's not going to play that game, and that's that. So Hoodie will be the 6th seed, Jets will be the 7th seed, Chargers will still remain the 5th seed, and that's the AFC playoffs right now. So the trees are what it is. So all reality is these will be the matchups come at advance. These will be the matchups. So nothing's going to change between the Dolphins and the Jets. Right now, the Patriots are playing the Texans, and it look like that'll stay the same. And then the Chargers are going to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. In all actuality, this is probably what the Chargers wanted more than anything, which is to get to that 5th spot. They better play the Bengals, a team that he's comfortable with playing. Then you leave a young matchup between the young Patriots and Texans rematching, and this game could go either way. It's a big time game here, but this would probably be the matchup. If I'm the Texans or the Patriots, I'd rather have this matchup. Uh, I'd rather match up these games because these teams are, pretty much the same when it comes down to how young they are. And then again, hopefully, Uncle man up and play this game. Not even man up. I understand why we wouldn't want to play it, but you got to play a playoff game. Don't give out the first one there either. All right, and the Chiefs are just waiting to see who they're going to face. And on the other side of things, again, the Lions are lined up against the 7 seed Panthers right now, but the Panthers don't necessarily will necessarily be the 7 seed. They can absolutely go to the 6th spot, depending on what happens between the Seahawks and the Seahawks and the Patriots game. So right now, if the playoffs was to start, you have the Lions versus the Panthers, Saints versus the Seahawks, Eagles versus the Green Bay Packers, and the LA Rams waiting. So now the Lions are going to go to the 1 seed, and the Rams will go to the 2 seed. So that would be a Rams Panthers matchup or a Rams Seahawks matchup, and the Saints will either be playing the Panthers or the Seahawks as well. Um, if Rob wins his division, he'll be home against the Green Bay Packers, the 5th seed Green Bay Packers. So there'll be some interesting matchups right now, man. Interesting matchups. All right, one last thing before we get out of here, man. We're gonna talk about we'll go to the awards show for a second. Let's just look at where we at awards wise. With one game left. So it looked like Davis Richards and Bryce Young are still fighting. Mahomes got a slide, especially after that big game against the Falcons. He got a chance to, if he go out having a big game, maybe something can happen. I think Davis Richards didn't have one of his light out games, and Bryce Young is going to have a CPU game or a force win game here.
He already
Um,
played, so it's really just on what Bryce does if he can jump Richards or not.
right. All right, so that's the
Everybody
play.
else in the
That's the
top five in the
yeah,
league.
that's the Pro Bowl. I mean, the MVP of the league. Right here. So we got either two young quarterbacks got the opportunity to win the MVP. Um, you got Titans Andy Iso sitting at 1 in Offensive Player of the Year in the AFC. Put the tight end Donald Parham Jr. and then Jake Brenningstool, the number 3 tight end. Number 3 spot right there, top 3 in the AFC. That race is still on, I would say. In the NFC, looking at Palmer, Jameson Williams, Tutu Atwell. Well, nothing's going to change between these 3 top guys unless somebody can jump them from 4, 5, 6, or 7, I would say, because they played already. So their football is done in the regular season. So Palmer, Williams, and Titan, Tutu Atwell will be exactly who they are. Defensive Player of the Year, Nolan Smith has a game left. Foster is locked in. Hutchinson is locked in. Houston is locked in. In the AFC, Will McDonald has a game left. Yaya has a game left. Bosa has a game left. And there. So it's going to come out of week 18 there. Rookies of the year, Brittany Stool has a game left. Sadie Orr has a game left. Jimmy Horn has a game left. Harrell has a game left. Even Brock Bowers and Green got a game left. So that could be a nice little situation, depending on who plays who. All right. NFC rookies offense are as follow. Emeka Ibuka got a game left. Weidman is done. Esteban has a game left. And Raheem Sanders has a game left. Davis Richards is done. Defensive rookie of the year. Bishop has a game. Spalding has a game. Blades has a game. And Kool-Aid has a game. Donald has a game as well. They get top 5. AFC. Diggs has a game. Kitchens has a game. Shiloh has a game. And James Galvatron has a game. Terrence Lewis has a game. So this could be interesting down here to see if this remains the same with the defensive rookie race. Best quarterbacks. Mahomes has a game. Bryce Young has a game. Herbert has a game. Shador has a game. Lamar probably won't be playing. NFC. Richards done. May is done. So Levis has a game. Lance has a game. Hooker has a game. RBs. Walker has a game. Mitchell has a game. Tucker has a game. And Rocket Sanders has a game. Brown is done. AFC. Israel has a game. Gibbs has a game. Joe Mixon has a game. AJ Green has a game. Brees Hall has a game, but he ain't going to play that, so he's done as well. Wide receivers, ISO, Hill, Waddle, Thornton, X-Man, your top five, they all have games. NFC, you're looking at Palmer, Williamson, they're both done. Tutu, he's done. Emeka has a game, Mecca has a game. Wyman is done. O-line, Caesar, Williams, and Malata. AFC, NFC, and that's AFC is Dimitri Jordan, Thuney, and then Connor Galvin for the Dolphins sitting at your top three linemen. D line is followed. Yaya, Joey Bosa, Miles Garrett, and Karliftis. All of them still, and Fidel Diggs, they all play. NFC D line has Hutchinson's done, Houston's done, Nick Bosa got a game, Henry is done, Montez Sweat got a game, Burns as well. Linebackers, Nolan Smith playing, Chamey is done, Thibodeau has a game, Drew Sanders is done, Barno has a game, Vicky D has a game. AFC, Will McDonald has a game, Benito, TJ Watt, Chanel, and Oweh all got games. DBs, Holland has a game, Ringo won't play. No, you know what? Holland, well, CPU game, I guess, or a sim. So Fitzpatrick, Jones, Derek Stingley are your top five. That's a nice race. NFC, you're racing with Foster done. Woolen has a game. Durant's done. Bishop has a game. Forbes is done. So Tyson and Banks is in the mix. All right. And there's no point in me talking about the stats and who got the best yards and all that stuff because when we advance, we're going to find out who's the leaders of this regular season and all the statistical categories. With that being said, man, late night is over. We'll holler at y'all when we holler at y'all. We out of there.
Peace.